Hi, my name is George Marzloff. I'm a third-year resident in physical medicine and rehabilitation at Mount Sinai. I worked with a group of 5 other people for our team. This is bioLumen. We created this device. It's an EMG-controlled biofeedback system for chronic low back pain. Next. Okay, so the problem we have is millions of people suffer from chronic low back pain. The idea is that muscles tense in response to injury anywhere in the vertebral spine, whether it's an acute injury like a disc herniation or chronic degeneration like an arthritic process. The muscles around the spine, around the area of injury, start to tense up. You can think of it like a soft cast the body's trying to create to help increase rigidity to prevent further injury from that area. But the problem is when you're tense for so long and for a long, more than 6 months, you get sore, and this contributes to the overall pain effect of lumbar back pain. So the idea is if you can relax the muscles, you could thereby reduce pain. So we wanted to treat the target muscles that have increased pain. I don't know why the next slide. There we go. Okay, so our solution is. Oh, okay. Okay, that works. So the solution is a system to promote the relaxation of low back muscles. And we measure muscle tension with surface electromyography. And so electromyography is, there are sensors that you place on the skin that actually measure the voltages that are created as muscle cells contract. And using that data, we provide visual and auditory feedback to that patient. This loop is known as biofeedback. All right, surface EMG biofeedback has been studied for decades, and there are a few products on the market but that use it, but the problem is they're very limited in the biofeedback that it provides. For example, a small beep or a localized little vibrating cell phone vibrating motor might be used to tell the patient that something is amiss. But we wanted to do something bigger. We wanted to really change the user's environment and provide a system that doesn't just work on its own, the own hardware that the patient has, but also on other devices and other places in the world. So our target population for this product is patients with chronic low back pain for daily use at home as therapy. All right, this is a flowchart of what the system looks like. So we have the Surface EMG device is called MyoWear. This is available online. I'm wearing it right now on my arm. On my arm, just so you can see it and see as I flex how it works, but it works just as effective and is just as responsive on the lumbar spine muscles. This connects to an Arduino, which is in this little box here. Arduino is a small computer that's about the size of a credit card, and you can get them even smaller, the size of a pack of gum, even a dentine, which is like half the size of a gum. And then the system we showed on the weekend was wirelessly transmitting data to other wireless receivers. I don't have that hardware here today, but I do have it connected to my computer, wired. So our primary receiving device was a light designed by Jen Lewin, who is on our team. And so this is an LED light. This was designed for a public art installation, but you can use any LED light like the Philips Hue or GE Systems, any light that can take a command saying, be this color. So you can see as I contract my bicep, well, you missed it. Let's try again. Maybe you saw it. As I contract my bicep, the blue of the light turns to red. And recording the LED doesn't make it, it looks a lot nicer in real life. But you can see it pulses as I contract the muscle. So that's one form of the biofeedback. We also looked at what else can we change in the environment. So we said, how about music? So right now I have, this is a nice kind of soft meditative sound music that you can imagine a person's playing at their home. But when I contract, it creates a tense sound. It's actually a sharp 5 chord for the musically inclined. And that just notifies you that my muscle is tense. And it tells the patient we need to relax. And then once I relax, it goes back to the nice music. So that's another example. So you can think of that, adding that to the patient's environment. And beyond the local devices that are with the patient, we can also take that data and do anything we want to it. So right now we have the data being processed, and every time I contract, it's posting to Twitter. So can we switch to the internet slide? So this is our Twitter feed. You can follow my arm if you want. It's This Is bioLumen on Twitter. And so every time I contract, you'll see 37 new tweet just triggered And if AV, you can click it, and you can see that they're happening in real time. And there's also Slack is a team-based collaborative messaging system that's very popular among startups in the tech world. And we used it this weekend. It was really helpful. So can you go to the next tab, please? Next tab, second tab yeah. So here's Slack, and I'm also triggering messages here. And this was fun because it pushes, everybody has it on their phone on the weekend, so it pushes annoying notifications to everybody when I was testing it. So there they are. So I'm trying to relax. Okay. So can we go back to the PowerPoint? Okay, and so those are kind of fun, cutesy things to show that how easily we can take this data and do stuff with it. But more practically, you can think of it as, imagine a patient's using this 30 minutes a day, every day at their home. We can take that information and create some kind of summative index, let's say how relaxed are they, and then push that data point to EMR, to any health record. So, for example, there, we work with Salesforce to make kind of some dummy data, and this is representing 3 weeks of use. Obviously, it's fake data, but showing that we can easily push this information that's more relevant to physicians. So now physicians can see, one, is the patient using it during the week, and two, does it have any effect on the overall muscle tension that the patient's having? Now, this is quantitative data, so if it does provide relief to the patient, this could be used to complement your standard 10 out of 10 numerical pain score, which is more subjective. It's pure subjective. So for market potential, there's 31 million Americans have chronic low back pain, and if we look at the people that use wearables, it's cited as 36 million. So you can imagine a device that would cost, like the base sensor would be $99, for example, and then we can also have accessories that the patient would want to buy on top of that. Maybe a different type of lighting device, a different type of auditory device. So it's an entire family of systems that could be used. So we calculated it out to be a market potential of over $70 million. And there's other potential uses, not just chronic low back pain. There's any cervical or thoracic pain, or any pain in the limbs. Anything that affects musculoskeletal system could have an effect. This could also be used in the hospital system. You can think about a patient who's inpatient, maybe just after some orthopedic surgery, even on acute inpatient rehab, which is an aggressive form of therapy. It's 3 hours of therapy a day. The rest of the time, patients are kind of hanging out, not doing too much. But if they're able to take control of their own environment and do therapy themselves, perhaps they can improve their pain faster, reduce the need of opioids, et cetera. So this is our team. I'm George Marzloff, and then Salman Harani and Andrew Abdu are also residents in rehab here. We also work with Jen Lewin, who founded Jen Lewin Studio. She's a public light artist. And Austin Puckett is one of her hardware developers. Also worked with Bill Magnuson. He's one of my college friends who co-founded a startup and does software. So that is bioLumen, and I'll take any questions.